Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my drive-by, my Florida drive-by. I am doing great. I hope everybody else is doing pretty good today and having a great day. I wanted to bring up a subject here, and this is going to be on the Glock, and it's 92 degrees. It's about 1:29 in the afternoon on a Friday, and it's June 12th. I wanted to bring up on the Glock pistol. This is in particular I wanted to bring up, the Glock pistol, is invented by Gaston Glock. They've probably sold today over a few million of those guns. They're everywhere. It actually is the most tested gun in the world, probably on Earth, and it is a recoil-operated gun. It is a double-action gun. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, because I actually asked the instructor in class about this double-action thing. I thought these guns were single-action, and he says no. He says these guns are double-action, and I says, what do you mean? He says there's two trigger pulls. Like when you pull the trigger, you get that slight take-up, and then the other, the pull. So there's two when you pull your trigger. The first one is energizing the firing pin. The second pull is firing the fire pin. Double action, okay? I know from my terminology of double action, I don't think that, but and it makes sense because on a regular double action gun, when you pull the trigger, that's doing that both. It's energizing and firing, the pin. So that's what they mean by double action. So it is a double action. It's just that it doesn't cock, I guess. But that's what he said. So that's the terminology that I'm going by. Guns, polymer. They used to use the tenifer. They no longer use tenifer because of EPA reasons. So now it's that nitration they use for the surface of the Glock slides now. They no longer use nitration at all. They can use that in some of the other countries, but since 70% of the Glock is built in the United States now, they don't use the tenifer process anymore. It's like I say, environmentally, it's got a problem. The Glock, most of the parts are interchangeable on most of the other models, except like on a 42 and 43. Not everything is interchangeable on that. The Glock works with a safe action system, which is a system of 3 automatic passive safeties. Passive meaning you don't turn it on or off. An active one would be like on a 1911, a slide safety or a beaver tail safety. That's active. You push that in to activate that, okay? Or put the slide down, there's the safety down to activate it. Where on a passive one, that's all built into the gun. It automatically does it. It's pretty much doesn't do anything. You don't really turn it on or off. The gun is, like I say, been around for a very long time and is very reliable. And the gun is designed the way it is designed. Normally they really tend to say don't modify it. You can modify certain parts on the Glock, but that's going to be in a different video. And we're going to probably have another video on what to actually modify on your Glock. This is more just about the safe action system that has the 3 safeties. It has a drop safety that prevents you from dropping it and having the firing pin or the striker. Glock calls it a firing pin, so we'll stick with calling it a firing pin. And it has the regular plunger safety, which is a firing pin safety, which goes up and prevents the gun from firing, blocking. It blocks the firing pin. So a physical little, like anvil type with a spring that moves up and blocks it. It goes in the ledge of the firing pin and prevents it from firing. And then you have the trigger safety. Of course, that would engage the whole system. And you cannot fire it unless you physically put your finger on and pull the trigger. Sort of like a revolver. And revolvers don't have safeties. It's just don't pull the trigger and you'll be fine. So, and nobody thinks twice about having a revolver in their pocket, right? I guess, right? And you really have to. So that's why modification of the Glock on trigger pulls and stuff like that, you got to be careful, because if you modify it too much, you're gonna disrupt that passive safe action system, because you really want those 2 trigger pulls on there, that double action type of pull. You really want resistance, because you want to know when you're going to fire. You don't want hair triggers on these guns. They're not meant to have hair triggers. They're not supposed to have hair triggers. A lot of people do that, but I would not recommend it. So thanks a lot for tuning into my video, my drive-by. I'm going to have a bunch of drive-bys. We're going to have a bunch of more videos. It's all going to be Glock related, discussions about them and stuff like that. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, and take it easy.